So Andra da yeba eba breaking news bebre efa eye NPP minority leader Kwame Alexander Afenyo Markin so a ebusua right now no dear Sammy Gyamfi ede aye no ne political career no is at stake na ebusua na Sammy Gyamfi ekabi say Alexander Afenyo Markins oye extortion bi nioma bebre bi a echese ene Kevin Taylor aba drop a full expose on a year Alexander Afenyo Markins extortion be all year blackmailer and can all blackmail a year Sammy Gyamfi star blackmailing no allegedly amfa ebusuya a year NPP minority leader ekoko hu a year Sammy Gyamfi say IMF report bi abanasa report no ebusuya Sammy Gyamfi wa podcast susuru na Sammy Gyamfi emma no sika bi a 10 million Ghana cedis which is $1 million allegedly according to Kevin Taylor. Credit goes to Loud Silence Media na NPP minority leader koko hu Sammy Gyamfi on any this and na Sammy Gyamfi say masa me no member okabia me hwe me audit report ma bibia adida nakwa mu eke bia ni wa wabo we na Kwame Afenyo Markins well se unim se won fa sa sika ne mame dia ene me kwa abonten na makwa akobɔ odede me kwa akogu anima as blackmailing no ena osanso kokopie mu ewo Bank of Ghana no kokopie mu Bank of Ghana no also the kwachira o masa me hia sa sika we you and according to Kevin Taylor no say NPP businessman bi e sa sika ne ma Alexander Kwame Afenyo Markins enu ntina wa sideline Bank of Ghana chese oche Sammy Gyamfi ewo bo so na sa blackmailing na Afenyo Markins ko blackmaili Sammy Gyamfi no abusua sisi ade ne to adaho Sammy Gyamfi amfa sa 10 million Ghana cedis na amaninti no eno entina obehye da allegation forming allegation propaganda say gold board aboka 1.7 million 1.7 billion abusua yede honsem ebrem ntino sa blackmailing na okọ blackmailing na abusua Sammy Gyamfi sorry Afenyo Markins is exposed right now in the political career no at stake ne endiano no yebepe say yebe makọ na makwakoti ensma Kevin Taylor de etuja na answer na yebekọ no Ghana han say open computer papa and a laptop papa na we use abura periods computers and accessories say ho and na obinya laptop papa na we using the location enya irakwan Kumase Buokrum Estate Eli ade ba akwa ede wo mne se ukra low budget no kra no menka se wo low budget fa pie mu e wo perosi obema wo high quality laptop na we use embonra yensem ye ba ya de aka ebeto am so.
What we are going to do is yebeka a year asema Afenyo Markin akofaba and Andra Sammy Gyamfi kasano he made a statement. Okay, say Afenyo Markin is an extortionist. And I'll say a blackmailer. Now, people don't just get up and say these kind of things. Some can say now it means either they have evidence or they know that that person is into that. Now, for Sammy Gyamfi to make such a statement emphatically that Afenyo Markin is a blackmailer and an extortionist, then it means that now, this is what Sammy Gyamfi said yesterday.
To improved economic conditions for the Ghanaian people. Afenyo Markin's continuing antics, and I want you to listen to me very carefully here. Afenyo Markin's continuing antics must therefore be seen for what they are: a desperate smear campaign by persons who have specialized in sophistry and political blackmail in pursuit of selfish ends. These are devious extortionists who will come at you with lies to tarnish your reputation and political blackmail by persons who have specialized in sophistry and political blackmail in pursuit of selfish ends. These are devious extortionists who will come at you with lies to tarnish your reputation in the hope that you will fold and settle for what they call quote, compulsory arbitration and oil their palms. Well, this time around, they found their own target. The Ghanaian people deserve serious public discourse founded on facts by persons who have specialized in sophistry and political blackmail in pursuit of selfish ends. These are devious extortionists who will come at you with lies to tarnish your reputation in the hope that you will fold and settle for what they call, quote, compulsory arbitration and oil their palms. Well, this time around, they found their own target by persons who have specialized in sophistry and political blackmail in pursuit of selfish ends. These are devious extortionists who will come at you with lies to tarnish your reputation in the hope that you will fold and settle for what they call, quote, compulsory arbitration.
Sammy Gyamfi asema na okano okano brofo a oyi ni baako ejudwam abra oye press conference a omiti eyedien Ghana. Ose nipa bi tise Afenyo Markin. He has specialized in what we call political blackmail. Ose political blackmail. And I'll say, or yes, I didn't know, then what he expects a compulsory arbitration. Then he went on to say, Afenyo Markin, after he does all these things, it is because he wants people to oil his palms. What you say? I say Afenyo Markin nipa bia. Oye nipa otumi boni trim na wafa kweti kwanso na sebio waka asema to so sene ebema wuyema hyew obetunu obedi nkomo na wakodane asem no na waka se asem wei se wa ma me sei anhye me ho a me kwa akoka ni sei. He's a blackmailer on kanokre oye obi a otwatro odi nkomo esa akotwatro na de emane ye yakrampo ni se osi ope bibi wo ho na wamfa amana na waya na adwene se obesew enti de okachrew ni se mami wei so wa mami wei dia and de mefa me ho adwene mesay wudin enti compulsory arbitration by force de openo wamfa amana obekọ akogu wanim ase na de oye ni se oye ni nyina wi odwene se ehu beto wo so na watam bibi amano se esika na wo de amano se eya ahonia na wo de amano se ye ka na o se ade a Afenyo Markin oye no now se obi kasa na sebio oka nsem se kire nipa bebre susu se oye sa ade na then it means say that person knows more than you know and that person is not far from nokreno. Now me betro adikudientia sa gold board in sensem we no Afenyo Markin na adwene say even though Bank of Ghana na tam sikama gold board kodi dwuma no obeyi Bank of Ghana free na ordinary esi Sammy Gyamfi so busa ho sa de ntra from the time Afenyo Markin started say and also extortionist me refi Sammy Gyamfi say Afenyo Markin ye extortionist the oye say opopo nipa na wagidi nsem sika wagini nsem ejapade or tata nkofo against their will na wagi bibie from nsem sana Sammy Gyamfi kind also a blackmailer. He's an extortionist. He always uses these kind of things for people to cow for him to get money. He want him to get what he wants into oka or your comfort or sheni pechi hanipa. Now Afenyo Markin started gold board in sense semono. So what's the deal? A Bank of Ghana reporter IMF watcher now it was about Bank of Ghana gold dealings. In Ghana, it is only the Bank of Ghana that can buy gold. And the Bank of Ghana that was established by the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana cannot go into the market to buy gold. Etiamra, Bank of Ghana needs to find a middle person to buy the gold for them. Omuto gold we are not the Bank of Ghana. Bank of Ghana kwani tumi ton yen sa gold na bedin insano through agency or directly. Now, Bank of Ghana tamusika de ma gold board so omufanko di juma. Na inti se asema ba. Na ye say Ghana, yen kan krampo say, ye wu say sikani bi, send your MPP for Timomoka say, oh, a kaba. Who do you question first? You question the Bank of Ghana, and then the Bank of Ghana will tell you that it is this person who brought the loss. But interestingly enough, when Afenyo Markin started his press conference and decided to attack Sammy Gyamfi, his person, and to force the people to believe what he was saying, he isolated the Bank of Ghana completely. And who studied the press conference, Afenyo Markin, and the releases they've made, they have isolated Bank of Ghana, which is the primary corporate in this matter. Because the Bank of Ghana and Sikama gold board cannot trade. So, then the Bank of Ghana started the trading of gold, using gold board to do the trading. Because as I sit here, some car, na me dema driver ni bi. Na driver ni no, car na odi ye juma no, at the end of the day. Or there come another person ma di ye juma. Sebio, me na me ye owner no. Se me busa question, me car no we here. Me nko bisa nipa na driver na de car na man se onye spare. Because ono, officially, me man car so onchuma me. But me share car no kroma, the only person I'll call is my driver that I handed the car to. It is a major because me car na say I cannot blame any spare driver because officially, many spare driver be any contract. The only person I have a contract with is the driver and I'm the car and sharing same no. In this gold board, Ejisika or Bank of Ghana ho, Ediko Ekoto gold, Edema Ghana Yejesika. Then a problem about a whole minority leader Bejina TV so not deliberately, maliciously, it decided to single out the gold board CEO Sammy Gyamfi, attack his person, insult him, and isolate the Bank of Ghana. That is the primary culprit in this matter. Ask yourself why. Anything I remember, I just say there was something off in Afenyo Markin's presser. There was something off, and most people didn't see that. And then today I'm going to question or send a message to the minority group that Afenyo Markin from day one, he knew what he was doing. Diana Afenyo Markin nyina okofa Sammy Gyamfi di bemu. His communication, his focus, what he wanted to do was to scare Sammy Gyamfi. It was blackmailing Sammy Gyamfi. He was trying to extort from Sammy Gyamfi in the past, and it never worked. Into the question you asked, and say, Bank of Ghana wohona MPP Afenyo Markin has never found it necessary to even question the Bank of Ghana. And Eric J. Echo Kokro so make sure who Afenyo Markin is. Eric J. Kokro so no. Or can something about Afenyo Markin's blackmail. The boss Sammy Gyamfi aka. Now I know say Eric J. Asama no kano not only 100% knowledge about it. You know something? I was in Ghana last week. Maybe Ghana about America Enra. I had followed this matter in and out. I knew what was coming. Anytime be free Ghana about America Enra. I knew what Afenyo Markin was going to do. Because I know the steps he took before he decided to come out and try and malign Sammy Gyamfi. In this steady na Asamanankasa Oka, Anatamana Okasa Kasarina, he never referred to Bank of Ghana, never in any way or any time. But Busangusa Dentra, it was because it was a personal thing. He was expecting Sammy Gyamfi to do Sammy Gyamfi. Now, Yangotie Eric J, he didn't have the full story, but he gave you an idea of but tonight I will let you know who Afenyo Markin is and why he's on this tangent. For the first time, he's walking from radio to radio, trying to clean himself before the damage is done. But the damage is already done. Because chrono and in your ma or yeah now you saw be ya uncle yeno and then a person or turning into and there utie MPP4 omo communication omo penny for tenasia. It is not about Afenyo Markin attacking Sammy Gyamfi without evidence. It is about Sammy Gyamfi not being old enough to respond to a foolish man like Afenyo Markin. Until you get a very confused man like Ni Lamte Van Der Poel sit on TV and foolishly say Sammy Gyamfi did not communicate well. But that same man has refused to understand that the statement from Afenyo Markin called for that response from Sammy Gyamfi, because you, Okovandapoy, who wants to be a national chairman, if Afenyo Markin goes out there to malign you, deliberately extort, blackmail you, I don't think he will sit there and foolishly make it look like a simple matter. No. And no political party will trust such a person who cannot sit and analyze issues and make sure, say, the right things are done. Because at the end of the day, it was the response as Sammy Gyamfi Afenyo Markin, the Afenyo Markin isolating a Bank of Ghana and trying to cycle only him, attacking him and threatening him. And if you, Okovandapoy, you say you are a communicator who really understands communication, you wouldn't have made that careless statement. Yeah. And a party like the NDC, they don't need traitors and people who try to lick everybody's eyes as to look good in the public eye. No. So we need to understand where we are. Okovandapoy, you need to understand where you are. You want to lead a party that is principled. And the fact of the case is Sammy Gyamfi crazy to just walk out and go make a statement like that? It is because of what he knows. It's because of what Afenyo Markin is deliberately doing. Into you, as a traitor like that, sit on TV and say you wouldn't, Sammy Gyamfi needs to apologize. He doesn't have to. Are you serious as a man who wants to lead a party like the NDC? No. So revise your books. To me, I will never urge anybody to make you the national chairman of the NDC. Never. Why? But back to the issues. The Èxpòsèy Kanye, me we are my details no. The reason why he's doing this, because you see, he's using some kind of reverse psychology. Addo and also say what he wants to do is say he wants to threaten the young man and say your bail will be enormous. You are going to go to jail, and that is the statement from a criminal who does not know what his opponent, the person he's attacking, going to do. Into Oslo. So what he has to do is give some red meat to his followers, his MPP piglets who don't have an idea of what Afenyo Markin is doing behind the scenes. Lèàks-KT. I'll be back, and then we will address this issue very well.
Chairman General, dear ya will be as a pan say. Yes, now the Bia Nipana Babonting. Now they can't seem to be good hoofing. Now nim say sanity. Because Afenyo best sorrow parliament there, that gold board. They will see the losses they are making, that gold board. Then be that gold board. Now no dear okay press conference. Press conference are all here no. You couldn't say gold board per the report paragraph A or B or C. Hana can walk. Now there's a child walk around and say Afenyo Markin here, I'll say unia to Sammy Gyamfi. Or in the bill condition very honors. Chairman General, that's the big question. And I know Samika say Afenyo is a extortionist. Okay, Sammy speech no omeki yana. Oh, a woman also a blackmailer. At the end of the Sammy Gyamfi make it up that statement. Very deep. It's Mokwa minority was a mushia. Namubusa was the end of a free leader, so a blackmailer or a extortionist. Oh yes, it is there. Open more video. What I say? If you have a extortionist as your leader, you have a problem as a party.
So you see, and I would like to correct this. Lèàks-KT, not Okovandapoy. Sorry, I made it. I got the name wrong. Lèàks-KT, who wants to be the national chairman of the NDC. He's a traitor. He does not qualify for that position. He is trying to please everybody, lick everybody's ass. That does not work. You can't come and sit on TV and say Sammy Gyamfi did not communicate well. Now Sammy Gyamfi, where Jimmy? Did he just get up to come and respond to a minority leader who came to accuse him of things without evidence? Is Sammy Gyamfi stupid to just come and speak and question or answer a minority leader who is being reckless and not thinking about his position? And you sit on radio and you casually, ignorantly say the way you are an experienced communicator. You don't know communication. You know nothing about communication. You are trying to lick everybody's ass because you think that will pave the way for you to become national chairman. Nobody's going to give chance to people who cannot even stand for their people. You think these foolish MPP people, they will get up and come through Afenyo Markin under the bus? And the fact of the case is, Afenyo Markin did not make a case with any evidence. Afenyo Markin came attacking Sammy Gyamfi. So your job was to question Afenyo Markin's motive. As somebody who is an elder in the party, who wants to be a chairman of the party, you are supposed to question his motive and why he used some certain words against a young man who is working. You don't go sit on TV sheepishly and then make it look like your son is Sammy Gyamfi, so Afenyo Markin is right. Sammy Gyamfi is human. He has the credibility to protect. Sammy Gyamfi also has feelings. So if Afenyo Markin is a fool and is showing that foolishness, Sammy Gyamfi has every right. Because Afenyo Markin Afenyo Markin is not dog shit. Sammy Gyamfi is human too. So you cannot just sit on TV and make it look like Sammy Gyamfi had a mistake. He hasn't. And at the end of the day, you could not even make any statement proving that Sammy Gyamfi has done this or not. The issue we are talking about here is Afenyo Markin came on TV, had a press conference to single out Sammy Gyamfi. He ignored Bank of Ghana, and the question is why? The question is, why did Afenyo Markin single out only Sammy Gyamfi, but cut out Bank of Ghana? That is, who are the financiers? The Bank of Ghana that gave Gold Board money. Why didn't he attack the Bank of Ghana governor? Why wasn't he on the Bank of Ghana to prove to us that the money they gave to Gold Board, they actually made losses? But you have skipped Bank of Ghana. Comfortably, you are attacking Sammy Gyamfi because of what you try to do, as Sammy Gyamfi never allowed. So when Sammy Gyamfi says Afenyo Markin is an extortionist, he's a blackmailer, he is somebody nobody can trust. Whatever he's doing because of his own parochial interest. He doesn't fucking care about anybody. And that is what he has done in his political life. At a point in her life, Afenyo Markin connived, and these are in the print. He connived with some people to basically overturn a judgment. That is who Afenyo Markin is. Mini mukrano, Afenyo Markin kofa obigire. Emma, assembly kopie court, ma Afenyo Markin efredi pano threaten no me bo audio ha. Afenyo Markin ya kromfo. He's a thief. This guy sent his subordinate to go to the gentleman's kids' school to go and abduct them. That is how vile, how pitiful and dangerous that guy walking on the streets of Ghana as a politician is. He is a deadly political snitch. He's greedy and he thinks he can be screaming, making noise to cover up his corrupt acts. And that is what we need to separate from this criminal calling himself a politician in Ghana. And if we are not able to call these people out, be straightforward with them, these people will continue consistently be undermining our democracy, stealing from us indirectly, cutting deals in parliament, and later coming to tell us some politicians are criminals and that with them, they are perfect. Afenyo Markin is a blackmailer per Sammy Gyamfi, is an extortionist per Sammy Gyamfi, and there's a reason why Sammy Gyamfi can't say. Now, I'm mentioning the reason why. I told you, Afenyo Markin started a press conference. Afenyo Markin never mentioned Bank of Ghana. Ask yourself why. Afenyo Markin never insisted that the Bank of Ghana should at least tell us why this so-called in their head, in quote, losses happened. Now, I'm sure they see it. Afenyo Markin, after Parliament went on recess. Afenyo Markin, after Parliament went on recess. Afenyo Markin approached Sammy Gyamfi that he needed 10 million Ghana cedis. That is about $1 million. And that Ohiasa Sikanu, because they have seen a report, World Bank, IMF a release, and that in the report, they see say Bank of Ghana ne Gold Board Aboka. So for him to go and calm his people in Parliament down, for him to go and talk to his 88 piglet in Parliament, Sammy Gyamfi needs to give him 10 million Ghana cedis. That is about $1 million. Now, Afenyo Markin, Sammy Gyamfi did not do it. In fact, Sammy Gyamfi catch and say, if they have found something in the IMF report, they should go ahead and do their worst. Because to him, the report does not emphatically states Waboka, and his books, which was audited by the Auditor General, does not show anywhere say Waboka 1.7 billion. So whatever he wants to do, he can go and do it. Now, Afenyo Markin free Sammy Gyamfi na the Nsan Kasa Sikano. In the name say Obeji Sikano, Ako chairman and call for Parliament, send a raise the issue. No, Afenyo Markin tried to go back to Bank of Ghana. And what he did was, he also went to Bank of Ghana to tell them to give him money so that he can shut down or shut up his 88 MPPs, 87 MPs. They will not start any kind of probe. They will not be heckling them about the report from IMF. He did not succeed at the Bank of Ghana. But somebody who is a businessman, an MPP businessman, who at the end of the day has interest in all this, gave Afenyo Markin that 10 million. That, take it. If you did not get anything from Bank of Ghana and did not get anything from Sammy Gyamfi, take it and go shut up your people. So Afenyo Markin took the 10 million, went back, and he never gave any parliamentarian any money. The NPP minority, nobody can come out and say Afenyo Markin gave them a cent. So do you know what happened? After he got that money and then kept the money, he realized that Sammy Gyamfi had disrespected him. He did not understand why a young man, people are speculating, when Jessica or a God boss CEO, why I say he didn't understand why Sammy Gyamfi said he was not going to give him that money. So Afenyo Markin decided to blackmail Sammy Gyamfi. That was when he started telling them that he was going to come after Goldboard. So to study in his presser, Afenyo Markin never mentioned the Bank of Ghana, because that MPP businessman who has interest in all this gave him money in the name of Bank of Ghana, which the governor does not even know. So Afenyo Markin press conference now, he's not interested in the Bank of Ghana, because one way or the other, some businessman which I know gave him that money. That money in Saka and it's the Bank of Ghana for that diamano. And my check shows he didn't get a dime from the Bank of Ghana. When he came out, it was a revenge and a blackmail towards Sammy Gyamfi. And it's Afenyo Markin. Okasa. And if you listen to him very well, or you go back to listen to his presser, 99% of his statement was threatening Sammy Gyamfi. That I told you to give me the 10 million Ghana. I told you to give me the $1 million. And I am going to do what I said I would do because you didn't pay me the money. And if Afenyo Markin said I am lying, he should come out tomorrow, because the people who gave him the money, that 10 million, he never gave any NPP MP a dime. Afenyo Markin did not give a dime to any MP. In this West study, when we say 90% of NPP MPs or parliament, they are not showing face. I just say Afenyo Markin go and fight. So West study, the Jerry and the rest, they have all taken a step back. Kojo Opon Kruma started side way, but Kojo Opon Kruma has taken a step back. Why? It is because they don't even understand why Afenyo Markin is taking this personal. It is because he wants to blackmail Sammy Gyamfi to show Sammy Gyamfi that I am in control of parliament and I can destroy your name. And it's a steady MPP for more parliament. But hardly do you even hear them making direct statements and speaking on this gold board losses, because they know it does not exist. Kojo Opon Kruma started this query. He, at a point, came to that conclusion that there was no loss. But you see, Afenyo Markin ni pebia Okodini Kwasi Asema, he wants to drag everybody with him. And Nitina, when it came to the response, Sammy Gyamfi or responded Sammy Gyamfi, he did not do a presser. He responded on a paper saying that we the minority. So what's studying the Kasemua? After Sammy Gyamfi responding to Nyomana Waye, Sammy Gyamfi telling him he is bold, he can do whatever he wants to do. He now came back with a paper in the name of we the minority, because now he realized that Addo. So he's now going to use the minority as a group to attack Sammy Gyamfi. In this letter now releasing Enrano or responding to Sammy Gyamfi, Afenyo Markin on any day, from the things Sammy Gyamfi said and the response, he would have called a press conference, but he doesn't want to do that, because the moment he calls a press conference, it becomes about him. Everything becomes about him. So then he wants to drag in the minority, and it's not releasing just a paper and saying this is the position of our minority. But when he had the press conference, he basically made it clear. He said, Sammy Gyamfi, you go to jail. Sammy Gyamfi, you do it. He was threatening him because he didn't get the 10 million cedis. And that's the typical Afenyo Markin. That's how he operates. So we are minority. Let me advise you people. Afenyo Markin has been doing business with you people, your name. And you see, this is not the first time he's done this. Why yes, we are check. And one thing I realize here, it's not just Sammy Gyamfi is soft. Or Sammy Gyamfi is young. Or just so bit more popo no ajisike bi ope. Enti or yes sade na amfa no. Enti on say na Lèàks-KT he doesn't have the full brief. Lèàks-KT does not really have the story. I was in Ghana 2 days ago. And when I'm free Ghana by America. I knew all what that was happening. I was following Afenyo Markin's movement. That is why you saw him come And the Busa MPP for say, hey, in all this, the Bank of Ghana know this come out gold board. The Bank of Ghana they onyeshi. In all this, when you listen to the MPP, when you listen to their argument, nobody is stressing about Bank of Ghana. Why? Because Bank of Ghana and gold board in this instance are chained together. So why is the person who gave the money or the institution that handed over the money to gold board is not also guilty? But you see, because Afenyo Markin had a plan and he used the NPP minority to do that. And he said, oh yes, I'm my way team, stay with me. You can get me a piece of his press conference. You can see clearly it wasn't even about gold board. It was about Sammy Gyamfi turning down his blackmail. It was Sammy Gyamfi insisting I was not going to give you money. It was Sammy Gyamfi standing up to him. So he wanted to use the parliament now to destroy Sammy Gyamfi's name. And to the press conference, their team, get me a piece of his press conference. There was nothing about Bank of Ghana. There was nothing about gold board as an institution. It was all about Sammy Gyamfi. It is an tokwana multi social media. Na multi wana mu kuma Afenyo Markin any personal fight, any money fight, any extortionate fight, any blackmail fight. He knows what he's doing. And it's not anagri or kwa Metro TV or ne Chrome 4 Paul Adomoche no so MPP no. What they want to do is to clean his ass because he's caught in a web. He doesn't know. Right now, he cannot call a press conference to address Sammy Gyamfi again because he has gone to the point where we say Neto Adaho. Until right now, when was the last time you saw Afenyo Markin sitting on Metro TV Good Evening Ghana to talk? No. His leadership is at stake now. He knows to say why a mistake. A greed it is greed. Now you not just Sammy Gyamfi akwara obetubesi so they are now a blackmail and extorting. Extortion is sanotie into Sammy Gyamfi Obanyansa for. That's why he used these words.
To improved economic conditions for the Ghanaian people. Afenyo Markin's continuing antics, and I want you to listen to me very carefully here. Afenyo Markin's continuing antics must therefore be seen for what they are: a desperate smear campaign by persons who have specialized in sophistry and political blackmail in pursuit of selfish ends. These are devious extortionists who will come at you with lies to tarnish your reputation in the hope that you will fold and settle for what they call, quote, compulsory arbitration and oil their palms. Well, this time around, they found their own target. The Ghanaian people deserve serious public discourse founded on facts, evidence, truth, and not endless recycling of falsehoods in the hope that repetition will lend them credibility and turn fiction to facts. Gold Board will remain focused on its mandate. We will continue to account transparently for our stewardship, and we will not be distracted from the important work of creating value for the Ghanaian people from the exploitation of the good resources of our beloved nation. Thank you very much for your time. In pursuit of selfish ends. These are devious extortionists who will come at you with lies to tarnish your reputation in the hope that you will fold and settle for what they call, quote, compulsory arbitration and oil their palms. Well, this time around, they found their own target. The Ghanaian people deserve serious public discourse founded on facts, evidence, truth, and not endless recycling of falsehoods in the hope that repetition will lend them credibility and turn fiction to facts. Gold Board will remain focused on its mandate. We will continue to account transparently for our stewardship, and we will not be distracted from the important work of creating value for the Ghanaian people from the exploitation of the good resources.
So, Sammy Gyamfi was explicit in his statements, straightforward. Now, Afenyo Markin press conference before Sammy Gyamfi Kasane, listen to Afenyo Markin very well. It wasn't about Gold Board. It wasn't about the institution. It was a direct attack on Sammy Gyamfi.
Ebinu kantro, omu chantro so no ma yeso mum na eka no kre. Wo to gold. Wo dija. Wo akoboka. Wo si eka na wabono. Wo di akotro wo bi buku mu. Na wo di dia waton na esika na ba wo si wenya mfaso. Into what they are can now what be that? We be a company mienu. Company bakuna get this staff salary at all. and a company about costing your sales akoto. Into your buy as you menyan for so. Now, a canal boy and the cost of sales in a way. Into yes, Samu. Atem the DNA dear and shaky. But the queer woman say, so far, say, Obi, akoye juman po baby. Na sende iyoko for tatano. Simple, oye, ayabanye juma, eka 5 million cedis, 3 million cedis, 10 million cedis, yetumi frewo iyoko. Na wako daho, ni yese fa, japadie, sumbo, for branche ya mobile. Nene go bo for bed, yabeye huon. Tio me bao, wait there. Sa 22 billion losses here. Almost gold board aboke. And then who bill? Ezika ben na yedi beji bill.
So you see, that's what he does. But you know, on Sanoka say, 2 companies aye juma, but one company pen or can asem. On Ranga say no, or see say 2 companies na aye juma, and why are you only focused on one company? Because that one company, does not even finance the job. That one company now we're focusing on, or just the second company. So why have you circled only gold board and saying, and the in for a bail condition was so into gold board leader, the bail condition, it was a threat. It was an indirect threat. And that is what he does. But also MPP from the Jimmy, APJ, now you form. Oh yeah, Mamia Brewa we usually to say ejare sapo. She is not smart enough to understand say Afenyo Markin is doing business with them. Afenyo Markin is destroying the NPP because he's greedy. He does not care. It is a one example. I only 2 companies. And the example, 2 companies. There are 2 companies here. Why are you only focused on gold board? It is because the gold board did not give you what you want. Because some businessman gave you money in the name of Bank of Ghana. And he's not responding or attacking the Bank of Ghana governor. Why has he neglected the Bank of Ghana governor in his statement? Why did he neglect him? It is because that 10 million Ghana citizens now, businessman the man, in his head, a Bank of Ghana the man, so he's going to show Bank of Ghana. Now, so we a politician now kind of cry. This issue by so a person who say Afenyo Markin is a liar. Let me show you something. At a point in that same report, IMF forecast say 2021 to 2023, the same MPP eboka $400 million. $400 million, right? Now, I think Jifa Gunu a question Afenyo Markin on social media. Say, na mo amuye de denne say KK at the end of the day BBN wa bisi bibi wo no. $400 million during your time. Is it not a loss? You people even admitted to that loss. Your own flag bearer admitted to it. And the Busa Afenyo Markin e wo TV so say Afenyo now some will say loss abandoned, but you people made so much loss when you were in power. Afenyo Markin never responded to that question. You know why? Because Afenyo Markin are diabolic. He's a liar. And that is what he does. This journey he's on is a personal journey against Sammy Gyamfi. That's it. It is not about Gold Board. It is not about Bank of Ghana. He knows there are no losses there, but he wants Sammy Gyamfi to understand. So I'm 10 million, and that is what he's doing. Now, listen to this interaction between Omar, City, and Afenyo Markin. Listen to his response.
Okay. Because you've talked about no one sells gold and makes losses, Jifaguno of the NDC is the CEO of the Accra Digital Center. He has sent me page 8 of the IMF report that you referenced, and he said, they keep saying that no one sells gold and makes losses. But from the above document, they, the MPP, recorded a loss of $400 million from their gold for oil program. How do you respond to that, sir?
They said gold for oil, 400. Okay, so now we've gotten into the, comparison. Okay, that's fine. If that is how we want to go.
No, he said, before you said we don't sell gold to make losses.
I am making the point.
Yes.
No, respectfully. You see, sometimes with respect to you, you in the media should not encourage pettiness. I'm not accusing you, but sometimes you end up encouraging pettiness without knowing. So please, let's elevate the conversation because this is a serious matter. I am saying, let us interrogate the report. Whatever it is, not going to respond to Gyamfi.
Okay. Because
he said he's not going to respond Gyamfi. Gyamfi's question came from the report. Also, he's a liar. Gyamfi pointed the pages IMF Kasemo $400 million. The same report, you know. But I'll see, you know what? Are we going to get into the arena of comparison? He started saying, oh, we are not, you people should not encourage pettiness. Where is the pettiness? Oh, free. This is a liar. He's a thief. Oh, say, when real questions are posed to him, he starts to act as if he's the victim. The host told you that the person questioning you is basically picking his question from the report. Now, you are making noise and ranting and trying to take money from people from the same report. Now, question has come from the report. Answer the question. Now you are telling the journalists that they are engaging in, they are encouraging pettiness and that arena of comparison. Nobody was comparing anything. People were questioning the same report that you have been making noise about. The same report and episode they extorted $1 million. The same report and episode Sammy Gyamfi gold board. The same report and episode the Bank of Ghana. I got the 10 million citizens. We are questioning you. The same report. Why have you refused to answer the question? Why did he say he's not going to answer Gyamfi and that we are encouraging pettiness? Where is the pettiness? Oh yeah, and that is what he does in his political career. He is one diabolical individual. Or to me, see the way Afenyo Markin tried to destroy Addo. See the way indirectly he tried to make Ghanaians think Addo is in the same soup at him. Afenyo Markin gone behind the scenes releasing photos of him and Addo. Afenyo Markin has been doing this for years. And then my MPP for NDC for because that Afenyo Markin, he will do anything for power. He can put his brother on the slaughter for the brother to be sacrificed for him to get power. That is what he does. See the continuous strategy of destroying careers indirectly. He will go to parliament and say, I know you want position. Mahama is not giving you position. That's what he does. Because every day he wants to sow some seed and then the satisfaction. And in the form of doing that, already say, he's doing normal politics. No, but he's destroying people. And he has done that for years. Let me tell you, I know Afenyo Markin more than many of you. Afenyo Markin, because on fan ba embechaso and power obey. Afenyo Markin, because on kuni banfa meji to me, he will do it because his life is all about power. Oh, set time okoye ku edikoyi oseche mensa bozufio. You saw the way he basically put that coup together behind the scenes. He stayed back and they started saying of Seche mensa bonsu ni diye mienu or your kronfo. It was Afenyo Markin's job. Now he got the minority leader or majority leader. He destroyed parliament. He messed up their seats. Today he's here. What is he fighting for? The noise, the blackmail, the extortion is all about keeping his position as a minority leader. That guy is diabolic and dangerous. And no Ghanaian, and especially you, the NDC appointees, Afenyo Markin, he smells blood every day. His life is about power, and he will do anything. If you don't know, go and ask Addo. Afenyo Markin almost destroyed Addo. He never for once stood in parliament to defend Addo when Apache Odame was deliberately deciding so obey jail Addo. That is who Afenyo Markin is. He's never a brother in politics. He is never a brother in politics. And today, it was because of the extortion that Sammy Gyamfi did not allow. Now up at 10 million cities, 1 million equivalent. Sammy Gyamfi did not pay. He went to Bank of Ghana to tell them, the minority for said they should keep quiet. Bank of Ghana did not do it. A businessman who has interest in all these gold dealings said he's going to give him that money. Into a Jesus Sammy Gyamfi BB. And then in this one study, majority of the minority, they are not involved in his statements. The enthusiasm, that eagerness for minority members to jump on this gold board loss thing, is not there because all of them are confused. Or the Oma Kojisika and also Jimmy almost Omundi the chi na onkoye or no damage. Afenyo Markin is a deadly human being. The BNU Obekano TV so on radio, so you need to believe him. He's a liar. There's nothing Afenyo Markin will say on TV or on radio, also GD, because every day Biano, he basically tried to sow some kind of contention in between people. And that is what he does. That is what he does. It is saying what to say, oh, yeah, the day. Now, waka saka, wambo Bank of Ghana ding, wanka Bank of Ghana nedis kama gold board, no, wanka bibia oho, only thing is gold board. Sammy Gyamfi go jail. Oh, ube conditions. It is because Sammy Gyamfi refused to give him 10 million cedis. It is because he wanted that money. He's just blackmailing Sammy Gyamfi. That is all. He wanted to scare him with, you will go to jail. Your bail condition will be too high. We will not, that is why. Anything that Sammy Gyamfi was emphatic in his statement. Say, Afenyo Markin is an extortionist and a blackmailer. And everybody should be careful of such human being.
To improved economic conditions for the Ghanaian people. Afenyo Markin's continuing antics, and I want you to listen to me very carefully here. Afenyo Markin's continuing antics must therefore be seen for what they are: a desperate smear campaign by persons who have specialized in sophistry and political blackmail in pursuit of selfish ends. These are devious extortionists who will come at you with lies to tarnish your reputation in the hope that you will fold and settle for what they call, quote, compulsory arbitration, and oil their palms. Well, this time around, they found their own target. The Ghanaian people deserve serious public discourse founded on facts, evidence, truth, and not endless recycling of falsehoods in the hope that repetition will lend them credibility and turn fiction to facts. Gold Board will remain focused on its mandate. We will continue to account transparently for our stewardship, and we will not be distracted from the important work of creating value for the Ghanaian people from the exploitation of the good resources in pursuit of selfish ends. These are devious extortionists who will come at you with lies to tarnish your reputation in the hope that you will fold and settle for what they call, quote, compulsory arbitration, and oil their palms. Well, this time around, they found their own target. The Ghanaian people deserve serious public discourse founded on facts, evidence, truth, and not endless recycling of falsehoods in the hope that repetition will lend them credibility and turn fiction to facts. Gold Board will remain focused on its mandate. We will continue to account transparently for our stewardship, and we will not be distracted from the important work of creating value for the Ghanaian people from the exploitation of the good resources of our beloved nation. Thank you.
Some people are asking, who is a businessman? I want Afenyo Markin to come out and deny. Then you will know there's more. I've made my case. He should come and say this never happened. You see, sometimes, because we want to give this government room to work. There are so many things going on now. MPP are Kronfoe, they want to set traps for NDC4 to find means to come to power. Afenyo Markin should come out, say he never demanded money from Sammy Gyamfi and the Bank of Ghana. He never demanded 10 million Ghana cedis. He never took any money home. Na yam boni dua wo TV so. Afenyo Markin should come on TV. We don't want a statement. He should speak. No on bonu hudua. Say on J Capre. He took the money. On TV so no for insua a daddy krobo hono en bonu hudua. Go on 2 months ko be. He can never do that because he took the money. It's the businessman must shut that part of my cycle because I know a liar. And I'm saying, if he wants to respond to this, Umbra TV so no more born who dia. So this 3 months nipa. Yes, that is what he does. Because we all know who Afenyo Markin is. Mo mobile is a mobile betie scandal no makewie monko. Na nke nyansa for na mini omundi nkomo.
So abusuya we ne ensma ekoso e political highway ne so eye Kwame na Alexander Afenyo Markin and right now no ya end the political career enye asam keto akrabeda mase samoje pene kokotisa ensem we edemai aha eye gossip politics TV so